The Two Doors. Once, a wealthy merchant named Samuel lived in a bustling city. Known for his success in business, Samuel cared only for himself, never sharing his wealth or helping the poor. He believed life was about looking out for yourself, and he ignored the cries of those in need. One night, while traveling home, Samuel's carriage overturned on a winding road. Everything went dark, and when he opened his eyes, he found himself in a strange place, silent, endless, and empty. Before him stood a radiant figure who told him that his life on earth had ended and that it was time to choose his eternal home. Two doors appeared, and Samuel was told he would see both places before deciding. The first door opened into a fiery, suffocating room. In the center was a grand banquet table piled high with every delicious dish Samuel could imagine. Around the table sat people clutching spoons with handles so long they couldn't feed themselves. They reached, cried, and fought, but none could get food to their mouths. Their misery was palpable, their screams echoing endlessly. This was hell, where selfishness and greed consumed everything. The second door revealed an identical banquet table, but the scene was vastly different. The same long spoons were there, but the people used them to feed one another. They laughed, shared stories, and radiated joy. Their faces were full of light, and their hearts full of love. This was heaven, a place of generosity, where people cared for one another instead of themselves. Samuel saw the stark contrast between the two realms. In hell, the people's inability to think of others left them in eternal hunger and frustration. In heaven, selflessness created harmony and abundance. He thought of his life, realizing how often he had chosen the path of selfishness, closing his heart to those around him. Samuel asked what would happen next, and he was told that his choices had shaped who he was. Yet, the radiant figure offered him a second chance, allowing him to return and change his ways. When Samuel woke in his overturned carriage, bruised but alive, he felt the weight of the vision. From that day on, Samuel lived differently. He gave generously to the poor, helped those in need, and sought joy in lifting others up. His once cold heart grew warm, and his life became a reflection of the harmony he had witnessed in heaven. Samuel would often tell his story, reminding others that heaven and hell are not just destinations, but reflection of the lives we choose to live.